Welcome to Kentucky, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to start with a rare artifact. Middlesboro Mall, a specimen of 1980s earth tones. I have been aware of this mall for years, and I have to ask myself, why did I not go sooner? The year is 1981, and in May of that year, Middlesboro locals would check their newspapers to find that a proposed shopping mall would be approved for financing. After months of rejections and dismissed lawsuits, Middlesboro, Kentucky was now on track to gain a shopping mall. David Hocker and Associates would begin the survey, and shortly after, construction would begin, signing on Belk-Simpson, JCPenney, and Kmart as anchors for the mall. The grand opening of the 300,000 square foot property would be held in October of 1983. The mall was even popular enough to secure Sears at the mall in 1987, the store boasting a total size of 22,000 square feet after an expansion in 1989. Middlesboro was a modest mall for the town, and would boast a balance of small businesses and major chains even to this day. As seen here, the mall would boast an earthy aesthetic with brown bricks, glossy brown tilework, and leafy green plants. And this aesthetic has remained relatively untouched since day one. Enter the 2000s, and the hardships would begin for this mall. Kmart was the first major blow to the mall, closing in June 2002, a likely casualty of the company's bankruptcy at the time. Following this in 2004, David Hocker and Associates would sell the mall off, and Urshig Properties would buy the mall, and get to work with their ideas. Urshig Properties did breathe new life into the mall, attracting a Steve & Barry's to fill the Kmart space in 2006. Following this, Hibbett Sports would seek inline space in the mall, as well as a smaller business known as G2K Games, which would provide hobbyists with video games and comics. Factory Connection also came to the mall in 2007, along with a store called Home D/Core, or Decor. So far, it seems Middlesboro Mall was staying on its feet, keeping itself rooted as a center for the community. Unfortunately, in more recent years, the mall would begin to suffer. Steve & Barry's would close in 2009 after the company underwent bankruptcy. Fortunately, this space would be filled in once more, this time by Rose's in 2010. Sears would also make a rare move to find a better building to operate in, and would close its mall store in 2012. Not that this matters, since Sears would disappear later on regardless. Thanks, Fast Eddie. The latest news would be JCPenney. In June 2020, JCPenney would announce the closure of 154 stores as part of their own bankruptcy proceedings. This leaves a somewhat large gap on the front of the mall and diminishes the offerings of Middlesboro Mall. However, inside, occupancy is still holding up with a broad mix of national chains and local businesses. It all comes down to what Urshig Properties plans to do next for this mall's survival. Is it possible to fall in love with a mall? Middlesboro Mall may be proof of that possibility. Sure, it's an outdated relic of the 80s, and while curb appeal is not the greatest in the land, just look at this interior. It's practically fit to burst with character, from the 50 shades of brown on the floor to those planters, that seating arrangement before Belk, that fountain and stage in the center court, even that little raise for the movie theater. And the fact that it is still largely intact with minor changes, if any, just makes it that much cooler to me. Normally, I would say that we were winding down and heading out for this video, but before I left Middlesboro, I had to pick up a few things at Rose's to better stand up to winter weather down on the roads, and while there, I decided I was going to walk back into the mall a few minutes before closing time and record one more walk. I'll keep the commentary down until the end and let you enjoy some tunes while we walk another lap. It's not often that I find a mall that I love so much that I don't want to leave, but this was one of them. I loved Middlesboro Mall that much, and I would love to come back another time, even if it's just to hang out and enjoy the atmosphere. And I sincerely hope Urshig Properties has some tricks up their sleeve to keep this mall alive. The day this mall comes down or gets blandified to oblivion will be a complete loss for us all. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this place as much as I did, and if you're ever in Middlesboro, go here. Go here, hang out, and do some shopping. Thanks for having me, Middlesboro, and until next time, this is Doomie Grunt wishing you and the Middlesboro Mall farewell and good luck in this mad, mad, mad world.